How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about work, the stress that it causes, and how it relates to your health. Now I would say, this is probably pretty obvious to a lot of people who have a lot of stress at work already. They already know that when you get stressed out, maybe you break out or something, maybe you have a stomach ache. But when I was working as an engineer, I didn't look at these as permanent damages. I just think they were kind of transitory, that, as soon as I take away the stress or as soon as whatever project is over, that afterwards I'm going to be just fine. I'm going to bounce back to how I was before. Now that I have quit my engineering job about 2 years ago, I want to share a little bit of perspective of what happens when you actually stop working, when you no longer have to wake up to an alarm clock, when you do not have deadlines that you have to meet. I still have some deadlines because I have to produce these YouTube videos, right? But the stress has gone dramatically lower. I would say about 1/10 of what it used to be. Now I'm fully aware that not everyone can go around retiring, quitting their job, and then go do some other thing like YouTube videos. But I want to share this perspective of my personal experience with dealing this stress and what personal health ramification it had on me personally. First of all, when I had my first job, I was very into it. I was like really gung-ho about working very, very hard, learning extra things after work even. And I probably worked maybe 10 to 12 hours every day, Monday through Friday. I pull in some Saturdays even. And after probably 2 years of working at this job, sometimes I have more stressful things to do. And during a long stretch of stress, probably over about a month or so, I started noticing that my stomach was hurting. I felt like, oh, did I have an ulcer or something? Maybe I have overactive acidity. It was obvious to me at the time that it was due to stress. But it never occurred to me that I needed to change my job in order to get rid of the stress, because if this is a long-term thing, I probably would get an ulcer or something, or I probably would have some other long-term effects. Now I happened to switch jobs sometime after this, and I noticed, oh, after I switched job, all of a sudden, no more stomach problems. I was not aware of any kind of health issues with my other jobs, but recently, as I'm getting older, I noticed some white hairs popping up, and at my last job, I noticed more and more of them. The onset of the white hairs was actually pretty apparent, and it was very, very rapid. While working there, I did not actually feel all that stress. I actually thought the job was pretty laid back. I wasn't too stressed every single day, but white hairs kept on popping up. After I quit, of course, the white hairs remained there, but a year and a half or so into not actually working, I have a pretty low stress life these days. I noticed that I got a little bit less white hairs. If, let's say, the peak of number of white hairs I had was like a 10, right? What I noticed recently is that I actually got less white hairs than I had before, probably 10 or 20% less or so. It's not like I completely, get full head of black hair now. Whatever damage was done, the hair follicles, it no longer can produce pigment or something. It's there already. But it seems like my really low stress life these days, it's completely halted whatever damage it's done. So here's the realization, and you may or may not realize this already from your current job, is that if you have long-term stress, and you might not notice from day to day, maybe I was in denial or something. What I want to communicate today is that when you choose a high stress job, if you choose to make a lot of money in a short period of time, you're actually trading a little bit more than the time that you have. You're also trading your health, your future health. I had a friend that actually worked very, very hard, and at times I wouldn't even see her for long stretches of time, maybe a year or two. She was deeply concentrated in this particular job, and for a stretch of time we actually did not see her in our social group because she's so busy with work. She's just pulling in many, many hours, and so much so that she didn't even have time to socialize or anything. But after this year or two of working, just incredible amounts of stress, you can kind of see that people age a little bit faster when they're under such high stress. So I do realize that if you do any kind of significant work, anything worth doing might actually cause you a little bit of stress. Sometimes high stress jobs might actually be costing your life, and you might actually want to think about getting away from this high stress stuff. Yes, maybe even quitting your job getting a different one, it's a drastic measure and sometimes you have to do it. People talk about in the comment section saying that, yeah, they had a really high stress job. There's actually nothing they can do about it other than quit their job because it's so stressful. It was literally killing them. They have to quit or else, they're gonna die on the job. How is your health currently right now? Is it your job that is creating these problems for you? And if it is, you might have to take some drastic measures. You probably can't tell your boss, oh, I'm having too much stress, move me to a different project or something, because you're gonna move to a different project and you're still gonna get stressed about it. Bosses, they like to promise you, oh yeah, we're gonna move you to a different project within months or something, but half a year later, you're still on the same project. Even if you get moved away, if you're at the same company, they're gonna pull you back into it because they're gonna go, oh yeah, you were working on this project, can't you help out a little bit? Sometimes you have to take these drastic measures in order to nurse yourself back to health. My stomach problem being one of them, white hairs being another, and I probably ate something really terrible while I was at work, causing my other health issues that I did not mention. Thanks for watching, everybody. I think it really took me quitting my job in order to realize this, because while I was working, I just kind of brushed it off. I just kind of go, oh yeah, there's nothing much I can do about it and nothing much I would do about it because, hey, I have a job. I need the money. I need to work at my job to get the money. It's not like I can just easily quit because this is a really big thing to ask of anybody. Something is affecting your health and you need to make changes in order to nurse yourself, in order to take care of your body. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know how your current job is affecting your health right now. And don't forget to push that subscribe button and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching.